That's right. We are back. Wrestling Banter Boy is back. That's right. It is time to do the Royal Rumble review. First time in a long time. That's right. I am back. It's damn right. It has been far too long since I've done a review of wrestling. Haven't watched much WWE. I've been keeping up a bit with AEW, but fallen off completely with WWE. Over the last year has been abysmal. I've tried to watch every now and again, but I couldn't get into it. It's just been terrible. But I thought, you know what? I'll give them one more try, one more run. And it is the road to WrestleMania. We're on the road again. Like Willie Nelson says, we are on the road again. And let's see what I thought. Let's see what happens. Let's give them a shot. And I actually kind of enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I thought it was pretty decent. There were a few moments in there I enjoyed. Few things where I thought, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to like this, and I didn't really. Like bits I knew I wouldn't like, i.e., a lot of the women's stuff I wasn't a fan of. There's a handful of women I think that are decent, and the rest are just pointless. And this proved that on this show. Um, First match up, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. And we've been down this road far too many times, but this time I'm liking Seth Rollins now, like his character, what he's got, what he's up to now. Because before he hasn't really, nothing's really settled for him. Like we've seen the Architect, we've seen the Kingslayer, the Beast Slayer, we've seen the Messiah. I mean, everything he's tried, but this one I think he's starting to stick. I'm kind of liking it. I like how he came out to the ring. You know, Sierra Hotel Indio Echo Lima Delta Shield. When that hit, I mean, nostalgia hit, and I like that little story they're trying to tell between him and Roman Reigns. The match was decent between the two. You know you're going to get a good match between these two, and it was a decent match. The finish was kind of messy, but I'm not too bothered about that. Roman Reigns gets the win, of course. Tribal Chief. Um, you must acknowledge him as your Tribal Chief and Universal Champion, head of the table, and just proving a point that Seth Rollins is beneath him, that he's the one and only Roman Reigns, my guy, going on to WrestleMania to defend his title again. We know against who, but in this match, decent enough. There's a story that can be told again. We can go back to this down the road with him and Seth again, and I'm pretty sure they will do at some point. Maybe even the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. I have to wait and see what goes on there. I doubt WrestleMania, but after that, you never know what they're going to do. So there's a possibility they could go back to Roman and Seth at some point. Even though we've seen it quite a few times, I feel like their characters have evolved a lot more, and they're a lot more like bigger superstars now than they were when they first broke from the Shield. They were still trying to find their place, find their feet. And I think finally both of them have actually found a character that suits them. Like Roman has finally found his place, like top dog, top heel. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Seth Rollins, though, I'm liking him now. I like him the drip. I'm liking everything about him, to be honest with you. He's a good in-ring performer. You can't deny that. He's one of the top guys on this show. And one of the highlights of this show was this match, because after that, this show just fell off a cliff because we had the women's Royal Rumble match, and 95% of the women in this match were god awful. Like they brought back some of the women from days gone by, and you hear the music, you're like, I recognize that music, and then they come out, and you're like, oh yeah, it's her, and then she gets to the ring, and then you remember, like, yeah, she sucked. And it happened quite a few times during this match. And they've got older and they've got worse, basically. It was dreadful. I'm not a big fan of the Women's Rumble. I don't see the reason why we need it. I get, like, yeah, we want equality, but I'd rather have quality over equality. And this was just poor. Just an hour long, nearly, I think it was, of just boring, terrible wrestling. Um, just to have Ronda Rousey come out and win it all. And that just tells you everything, doesn't it? What they think of the women's roster, because they've had a year to build up somebody to win this match, and they couldn't think of anyone. They couldn't build anyone. It looked like for a while Charlotte was going to win it, or Rhea Ripley. I thought maybe she's quite talented. Bianca Belair, who won it last year, she's had her shot, man, and she just goes around swinging her hair and skipping around like everything's hunky dory, and she hasn't changed her character at all. So she's like, she ain't up there for me now. She needs to do a lot more. Sasha Banks came back, but again, she's had her day in the sun, and I can't see her like having another one, to be honest with you. So Ronda Rousey probably was the right option, actually. Maybe they'll go with Charlotte again, or maybe it's Becky versus Ronda. I don't know what they're going to do there. But it does tell you a story that, yeah, they can't create new superstars, and especially in the women's division. 95% of the women are absolutely awful on that roster. And it tells me that they need to basically unify the titles and just have one female roster, because, yeah, it's slim pickings already. And having it split between Raw and SmackDown, like, it's just terrible. Like, you've got some decent ones, like I said. There's a handful there that are pretty decent. You've got your Becky Lynch, you've got Charlotte, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Bayley when she gets back fit, Rhea Ripley. Apart from that, after that, like, they're just god awful, like terrible. Just turn your TV off bad. And this match wasn't great, and Ronda Rousey wins it, and just tells you that, yeah, they don't know how to create any new like superstars. They have to bring her back to save WrestleMania and like get people to watch. And I understand why they're doing it. I mean, she is a big name, big draw. People are going to, like, the press are going to be all over it again. Ronda Rousey, is she as big as she was? No. But better than nothing, better than what they do have, to be honest with you. Becky Lynch defended her title after this, and against Doudrop. I recognise Doudrop because I was once a fan of the UK scene before WWE just absolutely killed it. Progress and ICW sold out. Before then, Doudrop, otherwise known as Viper or Piper Niven, she was in the NXT UK. She was decent enough female wrestler. I'm never a big fan of hers, but good God, she's awful now. She hasn't, and for me, she's gone backwards. She was awful. Match was dreadful. Becky Lynch did her best. But I think Becky Lynch is okay. I like the character she's like portraying now. That's fine. But yeah, Doudrop, no thank you. This match was basic and bland. I was just happy it was over. 13 minutes was far too long. One of the highlights of the show, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, was one of the reasons I'm watching this show. And it lived up to its hype, I believe. Great match. Like, these two guys, you've got to remember, yeah, look at the size of them and how athletic they are and how quick they move, how smooth they are in the ring. It was a good match. Told a good story, and the finish was really good. Paul Heyman just pulled out another beaut, and Roman Reigns comes out, costs Brock Lesnar the match, and Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar and leaves with Roman Reigns. And Bobby Lashley gets the win and becomes your new WWE champion. So we're setting up all sorts here, like heading down the road to WrestleMania already. A lot going on there. You've got Paul Heyman, you've got Brock Lesnar, you've got Roman Reigns. And then you've got Bobby Lashley, who deservedly should be the champion. They tried it with Big E, and he just wasn't the answer, really, was he? He flopped. And yeah, they had to go back to Bobby Lashley because he is a star, man. Look at him. Just look at him. Him, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, those are your top dogs in the company that you should be hanging your hat on, really. And they are, and rightfully so. And it was a good match. I did enjoy it. I'm more than happy to see that again as well down the road. If we're going to get a rematch between Lashley and Lesnar at some point, I am more than happy to see that. Mixed tag match. Wasn't looking forward to it, but actually quite enjoyed it. Edge and Beth versus Miz and Maurice. Good story told. Beth looks great. Edge looks fantastic. Miz and Maurice, they did a good job, told a good story. I enjoyed the match. Nothing wrong there, really. Right people won, and yeah, hopefully Edge gets. I don't know how much more they can do with Edge, really. Like, where can he go from here? Maybe back, is he going to go back into the world title picture, or what? Where does he go from here, really? And then we got the main event, and it was the men's Royal Rumble, and well, at least the women's Royal Rumble. Yeah, they had like well, you don't want to call them legends, but wrestlers from days gone by, and people who just recently got fired as well, which was quite surprising. Even Mickey James turning up with the Impact Championship, that was quite surprising considering the way they treated her on the way out, trash bags and all that. But she still like, yeah, gladly take that money. You know what I mean? Like, don't blame them, but yeah. But the men's, there weren't really any surprises really, apart from was it Shane McMahon? Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Johnny Knoxville. It was jokes. That was quite funny. It wasn't the best rumble, and just like the women's rumble, no stars are created really. The standouts for me were probably AJ. He always does well. Came in first, had a good showing. Austin Theory is going to be a superstar in the making. Matt Riddle, or Riddle as they're calling him now, don't like the character he's portraying, the stoner, but other than that, yeah, in ring he's absolutely phenomenal and should be like pushed to the moon in my opinion, and could be someone that's a legitimate challenger to like your Brock Lesnar's and Bobby Lashley down the road. Why not? Would like to see that at some point. Other than that, really, no one stood out, and I don't blame them for putting Brock Lesnar out there, because who else is there really? When you were looking at it, like who can main event WrestleMania? They don't make stars anymore. They're not interested. Like it's just Brock Lesnar. It's just the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns show. Basically, WrestleMania is going to be. I'm guessing like I thought they were going to unify the titles. Maybe they still can. Maybe like Lashley goes and wins it back at Elimination Chamber, and then from there they do something with that. Who knows? It was okay run, but it wasn't the best though. Like I said, but very like flat, and yeah, the fans like just sitting on their hands for the majority of the show. Like you'd think like 40,000 people would make a bit more noise, or however many there were there, but. For me, it was quite a flat, like men's Royal Rumble. Nothing really to shout about. No big surprises. No big debuts from anybody. I would have thought maybe a couple of the old NXT guys that like have been pushed out, being pushed out the door, like might have come up and like like Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa. Maybe one of them might have shown up, but no. Maybe even a couple of people come back that have got fired over the last year or so, but no, nothing. No real legends apart from like Shane McMahon. It's the only legend you can really say that was in it. Other than that, it was pretty poor. To be honest with you, nothing memorable, nothing exciting about the match at all. Apart from there, there was at least there was a story in the show, like Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and I'm happy. Like I'll go with that for WrestleMania. But they got to do a bit more for the like the undercard. They just give them nothing. It's like they've got nothing. It's just go out and have a wrestling match. And you need a little bit more if you're going to be like hyping up WrestleMania. You can't hang your hat on just Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I mean, it's going to be a great match, and it's going to be a 2-night show, and they're obviously going to do that for one night and the women for the other night. And Yeah, 2 former UFC champions won the Royal Rumble. That's pretty mad to think of. So something that's never happened before. Apart from that, yeah, it was okay. I did enjoy it in parts, like I said, but there were other parts that were like, you know what, this isn't worth like watching. I know why I stopped watching WWE now, and the main reason is just the caliber of people that are in that show. Like it's baffling to me, like the people they let go and the people that they kept. That's the baffling thing over everything. Some of the people they fight, real talents, and they just let them go to other companies, and then they keep like the dregs. Like, why are they keeping them? Like, is it because they're just yes men? They'll do as they're told. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, if you have watched it and listened to this, thank you very much. You can check us out on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll always get a follow back. Um, we'll be back for more. Well, I will be at some point. Definitely going to try and follow WWE. I'm definitely going to do some AEW reviews. We'll see how it goes. Definitely going to sort out the CANT. And yeah, so you can see my ugly mug. But if you like these sort of ones anyway, I will keep doing these on YouTube. But yeah, it was all right. It was Royal Rumble. Always been a fan of the Rumble. Let me know what you thought of the Royal Rumble down below. Give us a like, subscribe. Always very appreciative to everyone that has done in the past and that watches this and gives it a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Let me know what you thought about the Royal Rumble down below. Anyway, stay safe, people, and enjoy your wrestling. And I'll be back. I'm probably going to do like I'll try and watch Raw. Definitely watch. I'll give NXT a go again. Like, I haven't really got into that 2.0 thing. I've never really like sat down and watched the whole show of it. Like AEW I watch every week. I really enjoy Dynamite. I think that's probably my favorite show. Like it's the only one I can actually sit through. There are things like I won't say I like everything on the show. There are things I don't like, and you will find out like what I like, what I haven't liked. But yeah, I have come away from doing like YouTube things for a while. Like, just there was nothing in wrestling I was enjoying, to be honest with you. And slowly, I've got back into AEW. WWE has taken me a while to like sit there and try and watch a whole show, especially Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Like, they have been a struggle to sit through. They were like, I tried and I just switched. I was like, I couldn't. Like, you know, what's the point in talking about something you're not watching? Do you know what I mean? So I will be back on it now. Like, I'll try. I will try. I promise to try and watch Raw, try and watch NXT, try and watch SmackDown, and I will be doing AEW reviews from now on. I should have been doing them really, but I just thought I'd give it. I needed a break and I needed to set up everything. So I've got new mic, new laptop, new everything, new office. So it's all set up now, ready to go. So yeah, we're all good. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.